Welcome to Gallatin Truck Life. I'm Sarah, and my husband Marcel and I and our 3 awesome children share our lifestyle on this channel, living in a massive house truck beast. Coming up in this episode,
and that's why I've been in a lot of pain.
Marcel's still pretty sore, but he's got his coffee and his drugs. Walk it up, boys.
Me, Mum and Dad just went for a morning swim.
We have tried now unsuccessfully 3 times to go on holiday. And at the end of this video, I give you a quick look at this cool little house truck tiny home. Thanks for watching. Marcel's still pretty sore, but he's got his coffee and his drugs.
It's funny, everything in my mouth tastes the same. Rank.
Is that because he got bad breath or because of the drugs? Probably the drugs. Oh dear. Comfy?
Trying to be.
Well, that was weird. It's like the hottest day and we were driving into town to go for a swim and we could see town was all dusty, and then this crazy wind hit. Marcel just wants to put his shoulder in the sea again to get the cold water on it. It's a little bit better today with all the drugs he's on, but Marcel and I have been going swimming each day and he's been getting some relief in the water because it just takes the weight off his shoulder and neck. So only one position he's got comfortable in is lying with his head like bent way forward, or on a pillow with his arm up like that.
You're about to get onto our channel.
It is so hot today. Marcel and I are thinking we'll go down and find a nice sheltered spot at the beach, but I don't think that'll be a thing today. So windy. So those guys just left and they were gonna go empty their toilet and fill up with diesel, and then they were gonna hit the road, but they were just gonna see what the wind was doing heading up to Picton, so it's probably not going to be the nicest on the roads. The ramp is lifting up off the ground in this wind. Dodgy. So the kids have gone to my sister's place for the night. Today was so hot. We were the hottest in the Canterbury region, 35.2 degrees I think here in Kaikoura. So hot that the floor in base is warm, like hot. I had a cough lolly earlier and it was hot inside the bag. Wasn't even sitting in the sun. Marcel's water bottle, the glass was hot. Everything was just hot in here, eh? So crazy. We couldn't really have the windows open because the wind was pretty savage. So we had the windows on one side open, but the wind was hot anyway. So, but yeah, we've been for 2 swims down at the gardens. Really, really nice. We just got back from a swim, Marcel and I, after dropping the kids off. There's a big southwest front coming over, and you can actually see the massive band of clouds coming across the mountains and the sea. So that's bringing a heap of rain apparently. But Marcel needed those 2 swims for his just to get the weight off, the pressure and the pain in his shoulder and his terribly sore fingertips, numb fingers, pain pulsating through his elbow, and just, yeah, anyway. He's a lot better than what he was, in my opinion. He just not, I mean, he was pacing around in the middle of the night, the first night, because he didn't know what to do with himself. So, pacing around up and down in the bed, walking around the truck, outside, in his birthday suit, because that's how he sleeps. Walking around in the middle of the night, just outside. It was just crazy. Pretty beside himself with it, so. Anyway, yeah, that's been our day. It was really cool meeting David and Liz today, the McFarlanes, and their children, Becky, Timmy and Jono. That was super cool. You know, Marcel's met him before, I think, at his work for coffee, but I'd never met him, but, you know, I know the name so well from comments and stuff like that on the channel and Facebook and stuff, so it's pretty cool meeting our viewers, people that have followed our journey. We actually really, really love meeting you guys, and we had dinner at the restaurant with another family that have followed our channel through the leopards. They introduced them to our channel. A lot of you will know leopards go wild. I think everyone who follows us follows them. So thanks heaps, David and family, for coming to see us and for the encouragement as well. Always nice to meet new people and stuff. So yeah, super warm in here, and I'm going to try to cool down a bit. That swim was pretty cold today. The beach was beautiful and warm yesterday, and today it was icy. So
Me, Mum and Dad just went for a morning swim, and I had a shower. Now I'm quite cold.
ignore my appearance. We've just been for a swim at the beach. Summer's cold.
Yeah, I told them.
So because Marcel's injured, this has to be a bit of a team effort. So walk it up, boys. Lift it up, twist it. Yeah, nice one. I think it drops down a bit, doesn't it? Awesome, boys. Good job.
I must have done something to the point where it's gone and strained my muscle, poor muscle underneath my first rib, which is putting pressure on my sensories for my fingers and my arm, and that's why I've been in a lot of pain. So he won't start working on me until next week, until he gets results back from the x-ray. But yep, he had a bit of a poke and a pull and a yank to see what's going on, and he thinks he can fix it, so that's good.
Let's go. You found Sticky. We were playing with that stick this morning, so Summer hit it so that when we came back down later it would still be there, and it was. Yay! Growing up here in Kokoda, I never once have swum in this spot, but now it's the only spot that we're swimming. It's our new favourite. Now we still love South Bay, but this is a good alternative if it's crap weather on that side. It will be nice and fine on this side, and vice versa. Ow! What the heck? Get it out! Don't break it off in my foot. Oh, I'll do it. Ow! Stupid little dumb. And you get honky? Bit of a rainy day today, which is actually quite nice after some very, very hot days. So he's been given till the 25th of January off work. He can't actually really feel his fingers, or it's got that weird, you know, when you get like a pins and needles or dead leg or something, and the feeling's just slightly coming back. It goes like that, but it stays like it, and then he gets throbbing and pain in his fingers and elbow and stuff from this rib thing or whatever. So he can't hold the coffee milk jug at work to test the temperature, and as a barista that's a very important part of his job. It might be a bit dangerous if he can't feel his hand, he might burn himself. So anyway, yeah, like he said, the osteopath will treat him after he's looked at the x-rays, and he's fairly confident that he'll get all that feeling and everything back with what he can do. In our last episode, we almost bought a little bus for storage in a spare room, but we didn't buy it. It was still available. It got offered to us again after we almost bought it and it fell through. So it got offered to us again, but Marcel and I decided to leave it. So friends of ours have actually asked if they can store a class 2 truck here, a little box body truck, for a few months. And they've said we can put stuff in it if we want. So we thought, hey, that's perfect. Let's store our stuff from the caravan in there, put it all in there, and then we've got the caravan empty to sort out.
Well, I said it was a condition, if we looked after it or stored it, that we could
use it,
store our stuff in it while we're trying to sort out what we want to do as far as a storage unit or something.
Yeah, so that'll give us some time to still be thinking about what we want to do for buying something to store our stuff in, while being able to use their truck in the meantime. So that's worked out really, really good and really amazing timing. They offered to send Marcel down to Christchurch so he could drive it back up, Marcel reckons he'll be able to do that next week with his injury. Aw, Diddle. Yeah, that's special, eh?
Yeah.
You're too hot, son. Cooling down. These summer holidays, we have tried now unsuccessfully 3 times to go on holiday. The first time was our North Island trip, which is postponed hopefully till Term 1 holidays. We've still got the money aside for our trip to go up there, and yeah, we're really looking forward to that. We were meant to be sailing back across from the North Island yesterday, actually, or today, I can't remember which day it was. We were coming back with the Leopards family. They were on the same sailing, and we were going to camp with them for a couple of nights, but as I said, that trip got postponed. So the next trip we tried to do was 10 nights away down to Ashburton Lakes, but Marcel's work, he couldn't get the time off. They thought it was going to be really, really busy, and it was over Christmas and New Year's, but then it dropped off and wasn't as busy as what they thought it would be. So we couldn't end up doing that trip. And then the third trip was meant to be last weekend, just been to Henma Springs and Lake Taylor, but then Marcel injured himself, so he couldn't even drive beast. So that trip got cancelled too. Probably a good thing though, because we found out that Henma Springs got absolutely hammered by nor'west winds. I think the power was out, and they got some really strong wind gusts, and that's never fun in a house truck. It was windy here, but it was much worse inland at Henma. And Lake Taylor's really exposed to the nor'west too, so it's probably a good thing we didn't try to get beast in there and then maybe, I don't know, get blown away or stuck or something. We had one of you guys tell us that we wouldn't get beast into Lake Taylor, so Marcel still wants to give it a go, because we've had a friend say that we would definitely get beast in there. The only way to find out is to just take beast and either get stuck or have to reverse out, so that could be interesting, but we still do plan on doing that one day. So this weekend is going to be attempt number 4 at trying to get a little bit of a holiday away from Kaikoura these summer holidays. It's going to be our last attempt before Term 1. And we've got a couple of options. We're either going to go try Whites Bay Dock Camp with some friends, or if the weather's looking really, really rubbish, we're still just going to go to Henma Springs, because we really want to do something fun with the kids. And if it's no good for swimming up at Whites Bay, then we'll probably still head to Henma. But that'll be in an upcoming episode anyway. That's all going well. Marcel's injury seems to be getting better, but he's still in a lot of pain. He's still popping some pain meds. And like I say, he's got an x-ray this week, and he's got an osteopath appointment after that to see if he can help him. So we're not 100% sure if we're going away this weekend or not. We really want to. We will get away at some stage, but it just hasn't happened these summer holidays. I'm off this morning to do a little house truck clean that I do, an Airbnb clean. I'm going to film it for you. It's really, really cute, actually. It's a really old house truck that the owner has made into a beautiful little cabin, tiny home, and with a separate bathroom. Anyway, I better go do my clean, and yeah, I'll show you around the little truck. Okay, bye.